Do you like any kind of show that is mysterious with a supernatural sort of, with like vibe going through it in the background? Okay. The original show was Twin Peaks. Like all those shows I just listed, the X-Files, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Lost, Heroes, would not exist if it wasn't for Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks was the original, like, supernatural kind of mystery.
When did that come out?
Show. 1990. And it was made by David Lynch, who is, this is his TV show, and it is like the most addictive, like, insane TV show I'd ever seen in my life. And it's like crazy. They have these like crazy, because it's David Lynch and he's directing a lot of the episodes, so it's like this like crazy, like weird dream sequences and midgets dancing and like all this like crazy stuff going on and like people talking backwards and things like that. All this like weird metaphoric like dream sequences going on all the time. And it's really bizarre, and it's really, really, really addictive, and it's like this wicked good story. And the main character, the guy Agent Cooper, like the main character is like this. He's an incredibly good character, and he's he's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, I highly, it's on DVD now. I highly recommend if you ever get a chance, watch.
Okay,
Twin
what about
Peaks.
did that come out around the same time like Sliders came out?
It was filmed in 1989, and it came out in 1990. I don't know when I have no idea when Sliders came out. I think Sliders was later.
I mean, that's the only like real early like weird sci-fi show that I can remember. I never watched it. I think I watched.
I think Sliders was like 1995 or something like that.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Watch it online or wherever OB Guide or whatever you go to. It's 2 seasons. First season is the first season it was only like 8 episodes. Or 7 episodes, and it was the most highest rated TV show that year. And then they went to the second season, and like nobody watched it for some reason. After having such a great following the first season, like everyone just stopped watching it the second season, and they canceled it because of low ratings. And then they made a movie, but the movie's supposed to be really bad. I was gonna say first season's like 8 episodes, second season's like 25 episodes or something like that, and it's an hour long. The premiere episode of both the first and second season are both 2 hours long. And the way it goes is that like there's a mystery in the first season, right? Starts in the first episode, and they try to solve the mystery, blah, blah, blah. It goes into the second season, and then like 3/4 or halfway through or wherever in the second season, because of network pressure, they solve the mystery. Yeah. And then there's like this segment of like 5 or 6 or 8 episodes where it's just like, it's like they're just these really bad episodes because it's just kind of like, there's not really a point for the show to exist anymore. We solved the mystery. We don't know what we're doing with this now. And then like the last 5 episodes or 3 episodes or whatever of the actual series, it gets good again. Like they pick it up and they find out where to take the show from here, but then it gets canceled after that. So, so I mean that's the way it goes. Like the show's amazing except for like these 5 to 8 episodes like towards the end of the second season where they're really bad, and then but they make up for it the last 3 episodes. I haven't seen those episodes yet though. I'm at the beginning of the second season so far. But I really, really recommend Twin Peaks. It is hyper addictive. It's like hyper addictive. And it's and the great thing about it is that like the reason it's addictive is that, like all the characters in it are incredibly likable. Like, but and not like in a like I don't like Lost is like he's the mean guy and he's the nice guy and he's the guy who's trying to get by, and they're all like really serious. Like it's actually like it's like the show is Twin Peaks it's kind of goofy and kind of funny. Like a lot of the stuff is very comical, but at the same time it's like also terrifying and really bizarre. It's incredibly disturbing and terrifying. Like literally there are like sequences in it which I just find to be incredibly disturbing, like about like dead bodies and like murder scenes and stuff like that, and they do it really like film it really well, and like they have these like crazy nightmare sequences in it. because like the people in the show are like kind of going crazy and stuff. They're like, well, there are certain people in the show who like, well, one person has visions and the other person is like kind of going mental and like all this like weird nightmare stuff is happening. But at the same time, it's like the main character, Agent Cooper, he's like he comes in and you first think he's going to be like, you know, they kind of set up as being like, you know, the rough, tough FBI man who comes in and takes over for the sheriff, you know. He's like, you have to do what the FBI says because I don't put away nonsense, you know. But he ends up being an incredibly, like, then it turns out, like, late in the episode, he ends up being, like, an incredibly friendly, incredibly competent man who's, like, who everybody gets along and everybody likes. And so I like, do these weird twists, like, on normal characters and stuff and it like that. And it's really cool. I really recommend it, Twin Peaks.
Do you know that Sacha Baron Cohen's coming out with a new movie? Bruno, Delicious Journeys Through America for the Purpose of Making Heterosexual Male.
No, I haven't seen that one. Yeah,
I guess
cool.
he's been interrupting Paris.
I knew. Yeah, Milan. Yeah, Italy. Was gonna say, yeah, I read about that, but it was I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of the Bruno. I like the Bruno character. The only thing is, I'm kind of, now that I heard the title, I'm kind of nervous they're just gonna try to rehash Borat, which makes me kind of nervous because Borat was so good. I don't want them to just sort of do the same crap over again. I want them to be like a new kind of, I don't know.
Okay, well,
It'll be interesting.
Borat was such a crazy character, like
I know,
insane character. Like how can you really do that again? You know, with someone different. You know what I mean?
So original. I mean, I don't think Bruno's as good of a character as Borat is the thing. I've always thought Borat, out of Ollie G, Bruno, and Borat, I always thought Borat was the best. But just because he's alien, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
6, you know. I was never a huge fan of. I mean, Bruno I thought was funny, but not as funny as Borat. I thought Borat was.
Bruno is.
He's a gay Austrian TV reporter. Yeah. And there have been funny segments of him, like he goes to he went as Bruno once to a Texas gun convention. And gun show and starts like hitting on guys at the gun show, and they're like, "I'm gonna shoot you and kill your family" and stuff like that. He's like, hitting on them. Yeah, it's really funny, and it's like wicked funny. It's pretty funny, but I thought Borat's better. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I can't really judge it. That being said, also Bill Maher has a new movie out soon, Religious, which I'm interested to see because
really
I
like Bill Maher.
But
I just don't like his punchlines. My buddy put it great. His punchlines are blah 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 George Bush blah blah blah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like him as a stand-up comedian. I enjoy. Have you ever watched Real Time?
Like every time he does his monologues, they're terrible. Like I watch.
Well, monologues, whatever. I'm talking about.
Well, he gets these weird celebrities. I just don't give a shit. You know, like Janine Ropp.
Yeah, no, I know, and he has like Ben Affleck on or whoever, and I know, and I think a lot of that. I don't know if that's him
because he's into the stereotype of Hollywood. You know,
I know. Hang on, but I don't think that's for him. I think that's network pressure because I think that's sort of HBO, and he had to do the same. He had to kind of do the same thing, when he had before he got kicked off of Politically Incorrect. And the thing is, he openly said when he started. Real Time that he wasn't going to do that anymore because he didn't really like having celebrities on, but he kind of does now, and I think a lot of it is just network pressure because people basically just tune in more to the show if
right. And he's even said that he wants to have decent, good debate on it. I mean, he's a you know, you can't lie. He's a far left kind of guy. This is a guy that loves Michael Moore. He said, what did he just recently do? With the John Edwards scandal, I guess you could say. Him cheating on his his wife that has cancer. He goes, well, he didn't cheat on me. You know what I mean? Like, all right, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
I don't get it. Well, I don't get it, but okay.
Meaning that,
Didn't
like,
cheat on
well,
me.
I don't care what he does in his private life. That's basically what he's saying, which is true.